All right, and tonight or today, or whatever hour it happens to be when you're viewing this, this is the video to accompany what we did Wednesday. And this is an attempt to guess the replicability of research. So you can read the description in the introductory page here. And the idea is to find out if you can guess whether or not the studies that are collected in this sample of 21 psych studies actually replicated. Okay, so, um, and yes, some of them do replicate, some of them don't. And as you can see, you get points for trying. As you play this intellectual game, if you will. You get 2 points for a correct answer, 1 point for anything, for just simply saying, hey, I don't know. Uh, getting it wrong is just simply getting it wrong. You don't get anything for that. So, just like in real life, this game works about the same way. So, whenever you get ready, again, these are all from uh, Nature and Science, two very prestigious journals. And, you can take a look for yourself. These will be presented randomly. So, again, here are the things you'll look for. Again, it tells you exactly that the measure of replication is whether the new study detected a significant effect in the same direction as the original study using the same test. They tell you how they built their samples. They make it very clear that these were not cherry picked to be either really cool or really gross. So these are just randomly picked experiments. Um, the fraction of experiments that were replicated was between 35% and 65%. And you can stop at 10 experiments or 15 experiments if you're just not able to commit the time to doing all 21. But if you can do all 21, that would be really awesome. And the thing that I really want you to do is when you do this, I want you to be thinking as you look at each claim, and I'll show you one of the claims in just a moment, to be thinking about what you're using to make your decision. And at the end of it, I want you to report to me. You don't have to tell me how many you got right or got wrong or any of that, but what I would like you to do is to report to me how many of these, what decision making choices were you using? What were you thinking about? What was your reasoning? What was your logic? And did this experiment change how you thought? Did this exercise change how you thought about what might or might not be replicable? So my hope is that this does actually get you to think a little bit about, your own cognition and metacognition, and maybe even some of your own biases. I know it certainly influenced mine a good deal. So, and this just gives you some idea. Okay, so this says priming analytic thinking by getting people to look at a photo of the thinker makes people report a less religious belief. And then you can get more details if you want. It tells you the p-value, tells you the standardized effect size here, and the sample size. And I'm going to go ahead and say no. And in this case, it turns out I'm actually right. Okay. And um, of course, there's this nice little snarky thing here. I'm shocked. Just shocked. That's a lie. I'm actually not that shocked. Actually, neither am I, but that's another story. But anyways, you make these decisions over and over again, okay? And each of us will have, different things that we might be looking at. It might be sample size. It might be p-values. It might be um, any of a number of other things that would make sense to us. Okay, it may just be that you go with your gut, and if you go with your gut, explain why you went with your gut. What was that about? Um, did you find yourself thinking maybe I should stop going with my gut once this was over with, or do you still feel comfortable going with your gut? And why? Okay, so that's basically it. And of course, there's plenty more of these where that came from. Okay, so